Hello, I'm Jennifer Barrera, and I'll be talking about the 4 different types of tissues, and today's September 15th. At this diagram, you see the squamous cells up top, and then you see right here in this area is all keratin, which is made out of protein and dead skin cells. That's usually what we see that flakes off like your dry skin. And because this is so thick, you can guess that it's probably either like on the palm or the soles of your feet, because it is quite thick. Now if it's somewhere thinner, like the back of your hand, then this would obviously be a lot thinner. And after that, you see the basal layer in this area, this little squiggly area. And then you have your squamous, and then you have your nuclei all through here. With the epithelial tissue, it is tightly packed and it almost has no intercellular space to let things go by. The next tissue I'll talk about is the muscle. Now with the muscle, you have your skeletal, and if you look at it closely, you see the cells right here, and it's striated. You see the lines going down. That's a good indication that it's skeletal. And the smooth one, it looks more flat, and you still see the nucleus and the cells right here, but it's more flat. And then the cardiac one, it's more open with these gaps that are expected, and it is striated very minimally, but not as much as the skeletal muscle. Now with this type of muscle, any muscle, it gets excited very easily, and it has a lot of cells and nuclei into one capsule, into one cell. So there's multiple of them in there, and that's what determines for the muscle to move around. It tells the other muscles around it and the other cells to move it, and it also has to do with the nervous system too. So if you hit something hot, your muscle is going to contract right away, and then it's going to alert your brain that you just touched something hot as well. The muscle is also considered a soft tissue. It applies a lot of force to different parts of the body, along with it consists of a lot of fibers, and it's connected together in a bunch of sheets. The next tissue I'll talk about is the nervous tissue. This type of tissue is primary of the nervous system, and it communicates between all the organs, the entire body, everything inside the body and out. It's composed of glia cells and neurons. And with the nervous system, it consists of the spinal cord, the brain, and the nerves itself. With the nerves, it sends impulses to the brain and stimuli, and it transport it back and forth to coordinate between your brain and like you doing something, touching something, or if it's sharp, at least your brain's triggering you like, oh, this is sharp, don't touch it. But looking at this diagram, you see the neuron, then you see the cell inside, and this is considered, all these little dots are supporting cells. And right here you have like the axon. It's usually like the long tail is the axon. So the next tissue I'll talk about is the connective tissue. This one is found throughout the entire body. And with this picture right here, you'll see the collagen fiber, which is this thicker type fiber you see. And then the elastic ones are the little thin ones that just go crisscross. And then right here you have your fibroblasts. So here's another connective tissue. This one is the dense one, and you can see how compact it looks, and you still see the nuclei, but it's a big difference between this one as being more open. It's loose, it looks like a bunch of fibers, like it's woven, and this one, it's like very crammed. So this one's the dense connective tissue, and it helps attach muscles and bones. With it being dense, that means it's stronger to hold something, like hold weight and pressure. Okay, and lastly, this one is a specialized tissue, and it's still a connective tissue. And with the specialized connective tissue, this one is for like the adipose, so like the fat, also the cartilage, and the bone, the blood, lymph nodes as well. It specializes in like a variety of things, is how it got its name.